Leo, hello, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your March shift reading. So for these monthly shift readings, we are looking at the shape you're shifting out of in the month of March, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shape shift looks and feels like for you this month. So, pardon me, Leo. Before we get into cards, the image that came to me as I was meditating on your energy was breaking the ice. Breaking the ice. I saw you standing on a hardened, iced over body of water, looking down through the thickness of the ice at what is underneath. And then I felt like it was sort of bubbling up from underneath. And the size of it and the heat of it, because there was also something about like the temperatures outside becoming warmer. I mean, we are looking at the spring equinox here in March. This is the transition into spring where the winter, frozen, stuck, gestative, hibernating energy tends to melt in favor of like a freer flow. And that's kind of what I'm seeing as the ice begins, as the temperature around you warms and the ice begins to melt and kind of break up so that what's underneath the surface, what's been gestating all winter, can finally come up. So I've already pre-pulled your cards here, Leo, because that's just what I felt needed to happen. And I needed to sit with the energy before speaking to you about it. And it's interesting because all your cards have come out in pairs. Normally, again, my spread looks like one card over here for what you're shifting out of, one card over here for what you're shifting into, and then 3 cards in the middle for what that shift looks like. But your spread looks like 2, 2, and 2. And there's something about there's really strong coupling energy here, and you're gonna see why I say that. Here's the shape you're shifting out of this month, Leo. The Otter, who in this deck is the Page of Vessels or the Page of Cups, and the 4 of Stones, protection. I'm seeing you, Leo, as the otter, wanting to protect this baby. And so it's like, even though I'm trying to see what I want to say about that. You are a water creature. You can also be on land. That's the thing about otter, right? It's a dual, it can thrive in both environments. Just saw 3, 3, 3. 3s bring up for me the question of alignment, mind, body, spirit. There's an energy present here of you wanting to be more in the water, which is a huge part of who you are, but having to channel all of your focus onto the land. And I say that because of the earth element here with the stones. Out of the need to protect something. Either a project that you're working on that's very new and nascent, or maybe this is a child in your care, or the energy of the equivalent for that in your life. You're protecting this one. And so you're kind of keeping it under this current structure, even though that structure isn't totally working, because you are feeling the need to protect. But that means that you're having to be on land much more often than you want to be. That's what I'm getting. You don't get to go into the water as much as you need, as much as your soul, your being really needs. This is a sacrifice you're making for this young one. Or you think you have to make this sacrifice. for this young one, and I'm sort of seeing that maybe you're moving out of this energy of feeling like you have to stay here in order to protect this one. Because you're shifting, this is really kind of beautiful, you're shifting into Leo, from 1 otter to 2 here in the 6 of Cups, which is the reunion card. Check that out. And you're also shifting into this watching and waiting energy of the Wren, the Page of Arrows or the Page of Swords. Watching and waiting, and this is the energy that I felt. This also came up in the Scorpio reading as in the exact same position. So for those of you that have significant Scorpio energy in your life, check that out. But here's what, this is the energy that I saw in the visual in the beginning of you standing on the ice. It's like you're standing on the ice, waiting for it to melt. Look at the winter scene. You're waiting for the spring where the water flows freely. And what can bubble up from underneath perhaps is this partnership energy, this reunion with a kindred. So here's the shape shift. Notice how you are shifting out of this energy of focusing on protection, protecting this young thing, this young energy, this developing energy, child, project, whatever. And then your focus shifts entirely to being on or waiting for this partnership energy, this reunion, coming into union with someone that feels like exactly in alignment with your being, because you're both otters. You are both dwell on land and in the water. You both have the same needs, the same emotional and physical needs. And it's like the 6 of Cups is energy of like, oh, there you are. You know, this relief of finding kindred. And perhaps this protective energy, feeling like you're obligated in some way to stay more on the land, is what and like under this particular structure of the 4 of Stones is what has been preventing your focus from being on this partnership energy. And now here you are turning your gaze towards that energy and really like watching and waiting for the timing to be right, for the ice to melt. You're wanting to break the ice. Leo, you're wanting to break the ice in terms of coming together with this one, this other energy. Maybe there's someone specific in mind that you know who I'm talking about. Romantic partnership, I feel very strongly. Business partnership could also apply. Look at what I'm looking at as what that shift looks and feels like for you. It's another pair of cards, the Wheel, and look, the 2 of Cups. This is why I'm saying partnership. The 2 of Cups, it says attraction. Very compatible energies here, finally joining. It's interesting. They're joining, like upon their union, this flaming heart looking like a comet is important. Love flying in, absolutely passionate, absolutely on fire. But look, these are earth beings, totally grounded, coming together. And when their hands meet, it's like, look at that. They both have full cups, water pouring out into their own individual cups. This is definitely speaking to me of this energy here. See how they both cards have water pouring out? This is the change. This is the huge change. And here we see like a shift between night and day. This is like a 180-degree turning of the wheel, bringing this massive change in focus. And that's what I mean. It's like, if your focus has been entirely on protecting this one, you're having a 180-degree turning of the wheel. And your focus is shifting onto, I think, coming together in partnership with someone. And you're watching and waiting for that reunion. You're watching and waiting for how this is going to happen. But the catalyst for this is a big change in your life. I just saw 1111. A lot of synchronizing numbers here in this reading for you, Leo. This is not an accident. That has not been happening in these readings this month until now. This is absolutely the wheel of fate, the wheel of destiny turning, I think, to bring you into union with this other energy who is like you. And I think it feels like a reunion, like your souls have known one another, or that you've been waiting to unite with this one for some time. That's why I'm getting the watching and waiting. Just waiting for the spring, waiting for the spring. Maybe spring is the catalyst. Spring is the timing, the turning of the wheel, the changing of the seasons, the spring equinox. I don't know. Okay, let's get you a fairy card from Brian Froud's Fairies. I'm just noticing I couldn't help it on the bottom of the deck. Rar. The Rar. This was in the Libra reading. This thing that is looming. This thing, Leo, that is looming. Ready to... Okay. What is the fairy guidance here for Leo in the month of March? Okay. Interesting. I feel like there's one more. Everything's coming in pairs, so one more fairy for Leo in the month of March. I gotta keep going. I know there's one more. Yeah. Okay. This is the energy that has been coming through the channel for Leo for like ever and ever and ever and ever. I think it might finally be shifting. Thank God. Okay. The Laum and the Green Woman. Here's what I'm seeing, Leo. Look at you. This is you. Okay, let me preface this. The energy that's been coming through that I'm talking about for Leo, it's been coming through this channel since like July, okay? Maybe even since June of 2019. There's been this energy of like a false nurturer around you and a true nurturer around you, whether these are like specific people or just like energetic dynamics in your life where you are engaged with a false nurturing energy that drains your life force. This is what I'm seeing here. Because look at you, your wings are tattered and torn from being in this relationship. And this one looks kind of deranged is what I wanted to say. Kind of not all with it. Something off about this energy. And you're in partnership with it, and in some way, even if it's like energetically, if it's not a specific person in your life, and it has been like just stripping your wings, making it so that you're unable to fly, you're unable to leave, you're unable to be free. And it's draining your life force. And look at this, Leo. You're looking up, all starry-eyed and dreaming at the true nurturer. The green woman is the Empress energy. This is the true nurturer. This is the embodiment of that fun, loving, green, fertile, powerful nurturer that is here to frickin' grow your garden, Leo. Look, it's a lion. Oh my God. It's a lion. That's it. That's what it wants. It's like these two energies are simpatico. You and this true nurturer, your powers combined is like lush green fertility. And I love this like playful energy of like, you know? It's time for you to come together with energies that are right for you. And that's this partnership, not so much this partnership that drains you actively. Recognize that this partnership here was actually just a stepping stone in your life, even if it was like a really big stepping stone, a long-term stepping stone. It was just a stepping stone in your life to get you here. And I think here you are looking up at this like, oh, that could never be me. You know, maybe this is like another version of you, Leo. And you're looking over at that. And again, like partnerships are very much mirrors, right? So this could be you looking at a future version of yourself. Like, I could never turn into that. But it could also be you looking at a partner like, oh, I could never deserve that. But it's like, no, Leo, this is yours. This is your energy to inhabit. You are to come into union with that energy outside of yourself and inside of yourself. You are allowed, and in fact, it is your destiny to unite with this true nurturing energy, true nurturer maybe, and come into your power fully. This is like absolutely a goddess kind of energy. The green woman has deep roots in pagan and Celtic tradition. So if you don't know, look it up. Where there was one otter, now, dear Leo, there are two. Okay, I'm going to take this into an extended reading now, Leo, where we will actually get into these energies and try to get more specifics. What have you been protecting and why? Why have you felt the need? Oh, this is interesting because we've been talking about a true nurturer and a false nurturer. Nurturer implies like parent or specifically maybe mother energy. And you've been protecting this young one, perhaps from a false nurturer. But it's like coming together with the true nurturance energy. That's how this young one, even if this is just your inner child, but again, it could be an external energy. That's how this one is actually protected. Not by you staying in a space that's not right for you just to protect this one. It's like, no. Move towards the energy that's into union or reunion in this case with the energy that's right for you, and this one will be protected. Your inner child will feel seen and heard and filled with joy. your actual earthly child or project or whatever it is that's developing here will feel nurtured and cared for and like it has community. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to take this into an extended reading. We're going to use other decks to get some clarity on this, figure out what exactly you're protecting. What's the catalyst for this? That's what I want to know. What's the icebreaker? What breaks the ice on this, Leo? What breaks the ice on this and brings these two energies together? Okay, so if you are interested in viewing that extended reading at the end of this video, there will be a little preview of what that extended gets into for you to see if it's going to resonate with you. And if it is, click the link in the description. That'll take you over to Patreon. Patreon is a community that I have created for folks that have been resonating with my work for some time. This is an opportunity for you to dive deeper every month into these extended readings and really start getting the juice out of these readings. Okay, so if that sounds like you and that sounds interesting to you, click the link in the description box. That will take you over to Patreon. Please read the full description on the homepage so you know how the whole thing works and how you can view your extended reading. And then we will get into this a little deeper, okay? But Leo, regardless, maybe I'll see you over on Patreon. Maybe we end our time here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are liking this work, please do click that like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know how it's resonating for you. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll stay connected moving forward. And by the way, if you ever want to turn on notifications so that you know when I'm posting readings, since I don't necessarily have a set schedule, you can just click the bell notification and that you'll get an alert on your phone if you have the YouTube app that lets you know that Unseen Hands Healing has posted a video, okay? All right, my friend, take care. I'll talk to you soon. A catalyst must occur. Something must happen. First, you must melt resistance. That is number one. And then something occurs to move you, to shift you, to completely change you towards your actual dreams here. And look at this parallel. Here we've got the mirror images of otters pairing up, and we've got the mirror image now of the stag. If you dream of a partnership, whether that's you partnering with a project or partnering with a person or partnering with yourself, if you dream of a partnership that is truly equal and simpatico, then you are going to have to melt resistance and allow change to sweep into your life and make it happen.